Hey y'all, the captain here with a little update. Hope you guys are doing all right. I'm doing fine. It's been a few weeks since I posted on here, but just been busy getting some things dealt with, and it's all been really good stuff, in fact. But where I last left you, I believe there was some this treasure chest to get through still, and we will get through it. There'll be more episodes, so stay tuned. Just hang in there. There'll also be more episodes of Sailing on the Spectrum to be had in the future, and but meantime, I'm just got some things going on. But it's good stuff. But I figured I'd just take the opportunity to do a little, I guess, follow-up on a video I did at the very start of the year. And the title of that video, I think, basically was the theme for 2021 that I kind of had as a working theme. It's time to start believing. And basically now that we're just starting July, figured maybe I just use this as kind of a marker to see how things are going, because, you know, I guess one thing I really didn't mention that I meant to mention probably when I made that video was, you know, it's certainly true and good to say that and have that as a theme, a working theme for your life and for your new year, especially after the crazy year we had in 2020. But, you know, it's one thing to turn the camera on, say that, let it be a good and helpful thing for all of us to just simply to say, yeah, it's time to start believing. And you want to believe in this good. If you watch that video, if you haven't seen it already, feel free to go ahead and click on it. But probably have a link in the description for it. But basically, my message then was, believe in the people who say things to you like, you're doing good, you're doing a good job, you're a good dad or husband or whatever you are, wife, or you, people who just know who you are and appreciate you for who you are. And I really talked about how I'd learned to do that, and really that it had helped a lot to do that, to simply believe in those things about yourself that are good. And it's one thing to believe that and trust that the things you know you really want in life, that you know you need to have in life, can come about, and that you can believe in yourself enough for them to happen. It's one thing to say that and to think that and to say it on camera, but when I turn the camera off, and this is what I didn't really get to, I should have said, when I turn this camera off, I can't be sure how easy it is going to be for me to continue to think that and know that, because it isn't always easy. It's easy to get sucked in a black hole and to just fall into an area where you just can't stop your mind spiraling into negative trails, and then just everything, you feel like you can do nothing right. I think we all have that from time to time, and I did mention in the video, if you're on the autism spectrum, that's something that can be even to some degree more difficult to come out of whenever you have a negative thing or experience creep up in your life, just in your day. But I'm happy to say that I think even though it's never possible for anyone to completely avoid those kinds of things, it's definitely something I've been able to get past a lot better than maybe I have at other times. You know, I mean, since the years began, I mean, yeah, there's been times where things just didn't feel right. I know there was, in January, there was some stuff going on. I found out a deer man in my life who had been a professor of mine in college was starting to go downhill health-wise, and I think he's still hanging on, but it's looking like the end may be near, and I guess something about that just kind of got me down. Right about that same time, another dear friend in my life, who's actually younger than me, suddenly came down with a really serious illness that almost got to be the end for him, and thankfully he pulled through, and he's doing okay now. But then we also had some issues with our house here that had to get worked through. We were all nervously awaiting whenever we could get pre-approved for another mortgage for another house, and then we were going to end up getting to shop for a house whenever that time came. But that came, and now, after 2 months of nervously wondering if we're ever going to find a house in this crazy market where good houses just seem to be going like crazy, just like that, we found one, and we're going to be moving into it next week. And so next time you see me here on this channel, you're going to see me in a different background. So but it's all going to be good. So, but as you know, as you well know, that also involves a lot of busy stuff, moving and packing and getting things ready. But it's there are times where it was just not easy or really possible for me to really get up out of bed and feel like everything's just going to be springy and great and awesome and feel like that all the time. But I allowed myself to have those times, and at the same time I continued to believe and trust people who knew me and who cheered me on, that I'm doing good, that I'm doing all right. And I think we as a world have had to say that, certainly about things like this pandemic, you know, that thankfully is now starting to really seriously ease up. Funny thing, almost a month ago, it's been now, I got my one-shot vaccine, and it was actually the very next day when a lot of people say that you're going to be kind of droopy and down and out. It was that day that I ended up finding out about and then getting to look at the house that we're going to actually get to move into next week. It's funny how that works out, but it just shows you what you can do if you just trust and just keep doing the little things you got to do. I just kept at it, kept looking for houses that came up, kept taking a chance, looking for them, putting a bid out, even if that bid didn't get taken. And lo and behold, we finally got one, and it's a good house. And basically, I just, that's just the way you got to approach things with things like the pandemic. Just trust, do what you got to do. Do the simple things you need to do to get past it, to trust that life will get better. And I know that, again, I can't say for sure what other little challenges or other little bits of negativity may creep up in my life between when I shut this camera off and the next time I see you, or the next time I post a video like this. But it's definitely something to think about, to think how all the good that's happened and is happening ever since the year began, even amidst all the other difficulties and other times of doubt. It's okay to have doubts, but it's always good to remember the good things that people say about you and think about you, and that you can always say about yourself. And so just remember to keep believing. Let's keep it up, all right? And I will see you guys soon.